Yeah, it's pretty burnt. Pretty crispy. All right. So it was worth it. Yeah, it kind of was. Y'all would have been in some deep crap otherwise. All right. So last time, 2 weeks ago, we met up and y'all battled for the fate of Leland. For the first time ever, Leland is under a full-scale attack from two different sides, three different sides actually, and you guys managed to wipe out basically all three sides, effectively being marginal heroes of the town. Uh, so you we spent quite a bit of time with the fight because there's like 30 different troops. There's took most of the session, but you did end up killing everything, much to my chagrin, and you um, and yeah. So by the time you guys finish and everyone starts heading back towards the gates, it's about 4:30 in the afternoon. The forest is still raging in a blackish fire set by Drays, and it's all of a sudden a cloud forms over from the Shrine of Timura and moves over towards the burning trees, and rain puts the forest fire out. Um, Very much a sign of Timora's ambiguity towards things that may or may not affect her as she sees fit. And after that, you guys walked towards the center of town, and during which time, Alin gets a surprise visitor from an imp that is not his, with a message from uh, a devil who should not be named, and tells Alin that he would like to renegotiate the quote unquote deal. And he does actually make quotes over the word deal. Um, and that is where we're going to pick up. So it's about 4:30 in the afternoon. You guys have just saved Leland, and let me get my map up here. And as you guys walk into town, you an imp appears and says the things, and everyone kind of pauses and looks. And I didn't play it out last time because it was late and I didn't want to play it. But the NPCs absolutely do respond to that. And as soon as the imp speaks and says those words, I imagine everyone, Growler and Haas and the other troop that's there, just pause for a moment, just look, and the Growler looks right at Alin, and then back at the imp, and just says, "All right, oh well, that was interesting. Um, you want to talk about it?" It just gives like a raised eyebrow to kind of everyone in the group. Yeah, yeah. All right, but I didn't know you were dealing with devils. Hmm. All right, then. Well, I'll let you all deal with that. We need to deal with what's going on with the town. Let's head to the town council and uh, let's figure some shite out. And she starts marching everyone down to the town square, town council. Um, so you all make your way down there, and there are a lot of pieces to move. So we're just gonna, guys, if you're in, go ahead and move your pieces because that saves me some time. You all make your way to the town council where you see two guards rushing up from the south side of town where they had been stationed, just huffing and puffing. Oh, what's going on? We heard commotion from the other sides. And Griselda just tells them the whole story, like, yeah, thanks for guarding, guys. And continues towards the town council building. Is everyone? Uh huh. Yeah, that's very true. So yeah, you guys make your way to the town council and head inside, where Marigold follows with Haas and Griselda, and sorry, excuse me. And as you make your way inside, you find Valdi Estepar uh, kind of pacing a little bit on the inside, just kind of walking back and forth, and her eyes light up when everyone walks in. Oh, great! Everyone's safe. Good, good, good. Um, so we might have a bit of a problem. And she just looks at Griselda, who just squints her eyes at Griselda, and replies, "Yeah, I know we have a problem. We're gonna sort it right now." And she turns back to the lot of you and looks at everyone and says, "Well, as much as we appreciate you all fending off the would-be attackers, they did do quite a bit of damage to not only the troop count but also the gate. Uh, to that end, we need someone to run an errand. It's a it might be a bit of an expedition, but it needs to happen. We have uh excuse me. Yeah, we need you to go down to the Pinchwit farm and talk to oh, what's her name? One second. Sorry about that. Okay. We need you to go down to the Pinchwit farm at the south side of town and talk to a small gnome named Pinchwit Wigglehoof. She's she'll give you the information that she has, and basically, we need you to take her flock back to Fandalin uh, to be sold, so that we have money to pay for more troops from Neverember. And also, repair the wall and build some more stuff for defense. And it's a little time sensitive if you haven't noticed already. Uh, so the sooner you leave, the better. It's Pinchwit Wigglehoof. Wigglehoof. There you go. How much are they selling them for? Well, I don't rightly know. That deal was made between Lord Neverember and one of the buyers in Vandalin, someone from Waterdeep. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Well, you guys have been out for a year, so that makes more sense. Yeah, lots of things have changed. I hear Jen's wheels spinning from here. All right, and you as she looks directly at you, Twitch. All right, and you're gonna train him, right? Uh huh. Uh huh. Um. So, what people are you gonna be training? She's kind of like she's trying to get you to realize that there isn't really anyone here who's gonna be worth their salt to actually fight in a battle. Yeah, it's very much still a rural town. And Ander, train Ander. What? Say that again. There is a blacksmith. A blacksmith. Yeah. All right. Well, you keep thinking, and we'll do this deal, and we'll see which one does first. All right. But right now, it's the only way we can fend the city, unless you guys have another way. Well, that would be a good start. All this while all of this conversation is happening, the imp is just kind of fluttering around Alin, just kind of like flying in a slow circle around Alin. All right. Well, I don't need to know any of your, and she puts air quotes, discussions, but we do need to get this taken care of pretty darn quick. All right. And we'll wait for Twitch here in a minute. She's taking care of the screaming dogs. Yes, yeah, I imagine Alin, Alin might have a little bit of hearsay on or say on this. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's hilarious. That's why the dogs were going crazy. Apparently, our neighbor kicked a ball over the fence, and both the kid came to knock on the door to tell her, and so both dogs are just like. Oh, so she'll be back in a second. What were you gonna say? Oh, yeah, sorry. Okay, go for it. All right. So she kind of like looks at you all and all right. Well, I'll be right here when you get back. Come talk to me before you leave town. Um, and make sure you bring Miss Wigglehoof with you. And she lets you guys head out if you guys head out. Yeah, she's one. She's the. It's her herd, and she's the one making the deal for the sale. Oh, it's just goats. After seeing you all fight, it shouldn't be anything you guys can't handle. I mean, they're not the most easy creatures to handle and deal with. They're very stubborn creatures. Um, if you're if you're it's basically herding cats. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. So yeah, she gives you the time of day to go have your discussion, and yeah, yeah, it looks like it. So, out of curiosity, what does Dre's or Squirt feel like about this? There she is. So basically, you all made your way to the town council, and you've been given another request to take Miss Pinchwit Wigglehoof and her herd of goats to back to Fandolin in order to facilitate a sale large enough to repurchase all the troops that were just lost and help rebuild the town a bit more. On top of being a little impatient about uh, going to going down to hell and go. Pinchwit Wigglehoof. That's why we love Squirt. Ugh. Oh yeah. He's actually so yeah, you missed that part too. He's slowly circling you. No, no. He's still there and he's definitely still circling you. Oh man. I did. Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Those are my favorite. As soon as you even brought up like talking to goats, I was like, oh, I already have a voice in mind and everything. Yeah, oh yeah. Well, ah. And you hear the imp speak, and it is not in an imp voice. It is in the voice of Asmodeus. Uh, I guess there is no quite pressing matter. However, my messenger will stay with you, uh, as until such time as you deem worthy to come visit me. And you can kind of hear the inflection in his voice, a little snippy. Ah, yes. You definitely stepped out of the town hall. Ah, yes. See, I sent my messenger with a nifty little trick I picked up a long time ago to open a small portal to the first level of hell. There, Zariel will guide you the rest of the way to me. It shouldn't take too long. Uh huh. Nope. Kiva has not. I'm imagining Tim has. Yeah, and Bella. Yep. Um. Yeah. Everyone can roll if they would like to. I would say, yeah, I would say, Alin, you have at least a vague recollection of who Zariel is, just based on the fact that your first patron was Mephistopheles and now it's Asmodeus. Yeah, I imagine you've kind of been doing some like anytime you get a chance to research anything about Devil Lords. Roll me a religion or ooh, history check. Wait, you rolled twice? I just need you to roll one. All right. Yep. Okay, that's fair. Squirt, are you want to roll? Definitely wouldn't know. Okay, that's fair. All right. So, I feel like we're missing someone who didn't roll. Oh, Alin, who already kind of knows. Yeah. So, Dre's being from another plane, so to speak, you're not really familiar with the Devil Lords here. However, Twitch and Jin, both of you have heard that name before. Twitch, kind of in passing, as a Azariel was once an angel that fell into the quote unquote good graces of Asmodeus. And Jin, you know a little bit more that Zariel is an absolutely amazing fighter, and one of the reasons why she was recruited by Asmodeus. Yeah, basically. And so, Alin, you would know basically the same as Jin. Well, the imp just kind of as a reaction to Jin's remark, just looks at you, Jin, and you hear in Asmodeus's voices, "Very interesting. I actually have a deal for you when you get down here." Yeah, right. Jen's like, "No, you mean do it?" All right. So all of that going on. So you guys are standing just outside of the town council having this. Um, yeah. And by this time, you start to hear footsteps, and the door creaks open from inside the town council, and Marigold comes out to see you all, and just kind of looks up. What you guys talking about? Oh, okay. Um, okay. I'll see you later. And she kind of walks on towards the shrine of Lathander, right across the street. And so the guards and Haas and what's her face are still in there, along with I don't have one for Valdi, but sure we'll do another. Here you go, Valdi. Um, all right. It's about 4:45, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, in the evening. Mm-hmm. Are you just turning and walking away without saying anything? Well, it only took you about a day or two to make it to Fandolin. Yeah. Oh man, I had to mute myself just then. I'm laughing. Uh, uh, yeah. Uh, so the imp just kind of looks at you all. Well, it shouldn't take too terribly long if you all just want to visit before leaving on your trip. Well, all right. So where are you guys heading? What are you doing? Healthy tour. Out of game. That's not going to happen. But I appreciate your candor. All right. So do you guys head back into the town council? Okay. Who says what? Well, I thought it was you. All right. Well, it's better now. Doesn't matter. All right. We'll blame it on Dre's. He's so misunderstood. Oh, yeah. So stay on topic. All right. So you guys head to the town council. It's fine. Just continue on. He's been moving rocks for like an hour or two. He's making headway. Okay, you're not letting him just stay here and do rocks? It's gonna take him days to do that. All right, all right. Who says what to the town council? She kind of crosses her arms. Oh, really? And what's so important that you have to wait for a day or more? Or a year? She she just kind of looks at you like a really questioning face, like warlock stuff. What? I don't follow. All right. Well, I guess it can wait another day. She looks a little doubtful at that. All right. Well, we'll be here waiting. She just openly like guffaws like a single laugh, like a ha sort of deal. When you say that, just as a nope, nope, definitely not again. All right, all right, you guys head back to your home. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start clearing the pieces off the board here. So you guys make your way back to the home that you now know as the tavern. And I guess I cleared all the pieces. It is your home. It's all been cleared out. Yep. Valdi, who was running it, was in the town council with you all. So it's all clear. It has not been fully cleaned yet, but it looks like they did some touch ups at least. There is still a few bottles of alcohol left, none of the good stuff. Um, but you guys walk in and you see Jin going to town drinking, and Dre's reading his book in the common room. Huh, okay. Sounds perfect. We do. In fact, it's pinned. Yeah, it's out in the open. Anyone can have some alcohol. Ah, there's only three bottles left. What about Squirt? I saw Squirt wanted liquor. Remind me, I don't think it was ever brought to light, right? That the three of them took Halia. Okay. Oh, the door situation. Holy cow. Okay. uh, Kiva is the only sane one in the party. Yeah, this is happening before Lynn goes for the rest. Twitch, go ahead and roll me a con saving throw. Oh my god. Yeah, that drink hits you like a ton of bricks. You're starting to feel a little tipsy, whipsy, and slightly slurring your words already. Actually, it was not part of the rules. It was just something that was told. No, it was just something that was told to you all. Uh, Squirt, before Jen takes that, did you want any more alcohol? Are you gonna do you say anything? Okay. All right. Well then, all of that happens. Anything else you guys are doing? Mm-hmm. Uh, she did. She did get in at one. She hasn't actually said she's moving yet, which is why nothing has happened yet. So, is anyone doing or saying anything else, or are you guys just like splitting up and taking a long rest? I will say it's not overly high. So, average. That's part of that wisdom in general. Well, shoot, it's only about maybe 5:30 by the time you guys finish this conversation. So you have several hours. You what? Yeah. Because you've been so clear about sleeping, actually gonna make you roll a Constitution check to see whether or not you can stay awake. Uh, you get about an hour of reading in before you literally cannot keep your eyes open anymore, and you pass out at about 6:30. Well, Alin, you're not there. All right, Dre. Sounds like you're Yeah, sounds like you're reading for a while. You mean six? Oh wait, different campaign. uh. Oh, nothing. They're making silly references. All right. So you yell that out. Does anyone respond? Yeah, Dre's, you get like 6, 7 hours of reading. Alin, you sleep through the damn night. You are like a freaking zombie in bed. Yeah. Yep. Does anyone else have below 10 hit points? Okay. The two of you also sleep until morning. Kiva, what are you attempting to do? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say you need actually probably I'm gonna say 8. I'm gonna say you need the full 8 hours. All right. Squirt, you're feeling pretty rough yourself. I know you weren't part of that last thing, but Squirt got beat to hell a couple times. She was actually Squirt was down for a bit and then back up and then almost down again. Yep. All right, so Jin, are you sleeping as well? Okay. All right. So we'll get their long rest and Kiva, you start to head to the shrine. Um, yeah, you head to the shrine. Go see Marigold. You make your way down to the shrine. What time would you have left? Okay, that's pretty fair. So you make your way down to the Shrine of Lathander, where you do see Marigold, kind of cleaning some things, relighting a few candles, and setting up for prayer. And um, yeah, she's doing that as you walk in. You don't see any of the kids in the shrine. They apparently were somewhere else. Yeah, it's oh hey, yeah, it's it happens sometimes. It's usually pretty quiet after the city's attacked. Oh, they're fine. They were in the south side of the market square. I'm sure they all went back to where they were before. It's fine now. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it really. Oh, are you here for the thing? The light bringer. It glows a yellow, white, blue color as you hold it out, and she just like squeeze. It's like, oh my god! Uh, in the Feywild, how how very odd. Huh? Okay. Well, can I keep it? Oh, she wants to keep it. If you're offering it for her to hold, yeah, she absolutely wants to hold it. And oh yeah, this thing lights up like a damn flashlight. It's very much glows brighter than even when you were holding it, and it's like pulsing in her hand, and she's just like looking up at it like, oh. She looks like she's like half listening to you. She's still staring at the the mace in her hand. She actually is. She's holding it actually with both hands because it's just a little too heavy for her. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead. Continue on. Are you serious? Ah, I would love it. It would bring people all over to the Shrine of Lathander to actually have a relic here. And you can see like a tear like welling up in her eye. That's amazing. It's amazing. Well, I guess if you're gonna give it back, and she like slowly lowers it down to her face and like looks at it one more time and then lifts it back up towards you. Here you go. Okay, okay. It's so exciting. So, I'm sorry I interrupted. What did you want to talk about? Oh, we've been fine. The kids have kind of gotten used to doing things around town. People have been really using them for the good of the town. In fact, Bernice even got adopted. Yeah, she kind of like recounts the story of Bernice, working for this new family that had come into town, an actual couple, half orc couple, that had come to town, and how they just kind of fell in love with her and like ended up adopting her. Oh yeah, yeah, they're on the north side of town, up by Aubrey's. Uh, Basically, she gives you like right across from your house. All the other kids, the oldest one. I think it was Frank. Yeah. One second. Make sure I get the right thing here. Uh, Kids and others. There we go. Yes, it is Frank. Francois Adonis. Yeah. Yep. He's also the one that had some sort of telepathy going on with Kiva. Yeah, that's yeah, I figured. uh, right. Um, she you ask about Frank, and she just kind of gives you a little bit of a glower look. Well, Frank is Frank. He does what he needs to do, but he's still a child. child at heart. Yeah, he's 16. Yeah, yeah, he's 16, so he's almost there. He doesn't necessarily look like a child anymore. Okay, I'll have to remember that. Yeah, serious DM note. All right. Do you say or do anything with uh, Marigold? Anything else? Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, she just kind of gives you a recount of the last year that you guys essentially missed here, the last 70-ish days. Basically, the town has been attacked. This will be the third time now, but never this large scale of attack. It's always been small things, like 5 or 6 units. Probably just, I feel like Kiba would kind of recognize, like, probably prodding for defensive weaknesses. Um, yeah, exactly. Um, Basically, not a whole lot has happened. She tells you that they finally fixed up all of the market square. The chop shop is fully operational now. Zaina is leading, uh, making all the weapons and armor for all the guards and stuff, and she's got her hands full, sort of deal. Um, yeah, she actually tells you that the kids are actually housed. I'll just circle it here. The kids are actually been housed here at the the water wheel house is what she calls it. Yeah, you guys didn't think I'd planned for all of these unique buildings, but I have. Yeah, yeah, you definitely start to feel a little. She actually like pokes you at one point. Kiva, you okay? You should really get some sleep. Yeah, yeah, go get some sleep. You'll feel better in the morning. The morning is always the best. She says as a reference to her god. Yeah, I don't think everyone else did though. That's why I'm clarifying. See? Yep. Yeah, she says her farewells as you turn to leave. Okay. Well then, yeah, well, I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe. Oh, okay. Well, you know where I'll be. Bye. All right, and then you head back, and everyone gets a long rest. Woo! Yes. Okay. Um, I would like for you to roll me a uh consti yeah, constitution check real quick. Not a save, just a check. Yeah. No, 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 no. This is more of waking up in the morning. I just want to see if Jin was able to like forcefully wake himself up before the dawn to watch the sunrise to go do all of that stuff. And yeah, yeah, you're able to do all of that stuff and head to the Shrine of Timora. Actually, as you make your way down to the dock, you do still see the body of the dead priest attacker who had attacked you all down there at the dock. I don't think anyone did. Roll me an investigation check. It was the bone claw, I know for a fact. Um, yeah, you kind of search over the body, and you do find a couple interesting things. The first one is, interesting in the fact that it kind of ties with everything else. There is, of course, the mark of three lightning bolts coming together as a tattoo, sort of on the right arm of this creature, and you recognize that as obviously the symbol of Talos. Uh, the other thing you find, because no one else had checked, you find a spell scroll inside of its vestments. Yeah, what's going on? Everyone got super quiet. No, that was it. Just that. Absolutely, yes. All right. So you stopped by the Shrine of Timora, and give me 1 second here because I gotta find this in my notes. Okay. You stop by the Shrine of Tamora and you find inside a male high elf, uh, and he seems to be cleaning and putting things up almost as if this is a brand new shrine. He seems to be putting new things up. You do see a few potions along one of the side walls. It looks like he is selling those as well. Oh yeah, absolutely. That's one of the first things that was set up at this place. Because, Timora. As you lift your hand out to drop the 3 gold, you hear a deep-ish voice just saying to you, "Well, hello there. What brings you to the Shrine of Timora today, my good sir?" As one should in the Shrine of Timora. I feel like this guy just turns to you. He opens his mouth like he's gonna say something with a finger up, and he just lets you walk out, just like, "Huh, oh, okay." I don't. I like gods. I don't like people. All right, so that happens, and you make your way back to the house. Drays, what was it that you wanted to do? You can raise a couple zombies. It did not burn them fully. No. They're okay. I'm yep. I'm very very aware of that. Apparently. All right. So. There are actually skeletons from the undead. Good question. You can raise two skeletons from the undead. There are two viable sets of bones. Okay. You raise two skeletons. And as you raise these two skeletons, you immediately feel some sort of odd connection to these two, almost like you can feel their life force. He and I have worked some things out. Yeah. Yep. Uh, mm-hmm. Yep. Yes. Okay. Yeah, you're able to do that. And as you make your way back, it's about 9 o'clock by this time. Everyone's taking care of their things. You guys have kind of pulled out some rations, ate some food, and started chilling. And you guys kind of meet together in the common room, I would say. So you're all standing in the common room, or sitting, or whatever you're doing in the common room. Yes, that would be most appreciated, says the imp, still circling you. Yep, probably. You do have a basement. Dre's specifically requested it. Uh, oh, do I have? No. He's worked something. Yep. Okay. He just kind of looks at you and looks around. All right. Uh, you may all want to stand back a bit. You see a small red glow in the imp's hand, and the imp just kind of like rolls its fingers kind of over it a little bit. It glows brighter and brighter and brighter, and then the imp flies directly down to the ground, just straight as fast as it can with its hand straight down on the ground. And you see this red, crimson red portal open up at the bottom of the on the floor, and the imp just slides right through the floor down into the portal. It is about 3 feet wide, just barely large enough for everyone to fit in. DM drops his head. All right. Yeah, that's a good question. Is anyone who jumps in? Squirt does. All right. Yep, for sure. Yep. All right. That, all right. Ball. One after another. It's not really wide enough for both of you to go, but one after another would work. All right. You all drop in, and there is a rush of red and bright red, dark red, and black specks flying past your face. You feel like you're moving a million miles a second, and your body elongates and shrinks and elongates again, and you are shoved straight out of this portal down into a realm where everything is very much hot. It is incredibly hot right now. It is about 130 out right now. You guys have all landed in a very bleak center of what looks like a very bleak plain. Uh, Red and brown clay, scorched earth look. Around you stands 400-foot tall pillars, think like the Badlands, just massive mesas all the way around you, kind of encircling. And as you kind of get bearings on yourself and look around and realize how incredibly hot it is, you see what looks like a bronze citadel fortress, uh, nestled somewhere very close to you, in the relative distance, and a being who looks like, oh, do I have it? I think I already have this. I'm using something different, so it's not. It's yeah, yeah. No, this is not from a book. This is from, well, it's. I'm not using the base image of Zerial. I'm using something else. I like the other image better, but I can use it. Hang on. I'll use you guys. You're looking for Zerial. So I will give you Zerial. 1 second. The new kick ass version, of course. I think this is the old version. That is the new one. All right, good. So you find yourself, with the imp still slowly flying around, just kind of looking in the distance, and you hear Asmodeus. You hear Asmodeus's voice. Ah, there she is, on her way, as predictable. This is why I hired her. And you see a creature that looks like what you see there in the picture, black and red, bird-like wings, a black torn ripped vestment, long sharp black claws, and a white, pastely white face with black eyes and red pupils. And she seems to be making her way straight at you all. Anyone doing or saying anything? Or are you just waiting? Okay. Jen. The one thing I did fail to mention, she does have a circle of fire surrounding her head like a halo. All right, so she makes her way up towards you, uh, and uh, and she just looks at the lot of you. So, and then she looks at the imp. This is them? You're sure? And you just hear this like low growl from the imp. All right, all right, I'll bring him to you. And she just looks at the rest of you. Well, all right, this way. Let's go. And she just, as if she's leading an army sort of deal, doesn't seem to care about your well-being or anything like that. She's leading you exactly where you need to go. Do you follow or say anything? Yeah, that's pretty fair. Yeah. Are you? Let me ask before I say yes or no. Are you hiding it from the party or from Zerial? Um. All right. So you can roll it, but I can already tell you that Zerial is going to be able to tell. um, if out of game, if anyone, oh what? Holy crap! You know what? I take that back. Um, Zeriel actually doesn't recognize that. the the DC was 30, so I was not expecting you to manage that. Okay, right. I mean, a 31 is pretty damn high. Okay, so yeah, no one recognizes that you are scared out of your gullet. Um, yeah, yeah. Yep. Yeah. As you guys are traveling, walking with her, it kind of dawns on you that this is really freaking hot. The lot of you are sweating buckets already. Think of being in an attic in the middle of summer. That is what it is like outside. The tiefling. Drays, you feel right at home here. Actually, I forgot you were a tiefling. Yeah, this actually doesn't bother you at all. Yeah. So everyone but Dre's is starting to not feel great as you guys are making your way through this. And unless anyone's saying anything to her, she is literally just leading you. So you say that, and Zerial, without missing a beat, flaps her wings, flips around, and looks directly at you. and says, "Oh, poor baby, is it too hot down here for you?" That's more like it. Let's continue then. And she flips back around and continues walking with you all. So no one is saying anything. You guys are just following? Question mark. What are you saying, Twitch? Oh man. There's a muted chuckle from the this leader in front of you, and she you just hear a response. She doesn't even turn around and look. She just, I've been here long enough to know when not to ask silly questions. Do you say that out loud? Oh, okay. She actually laughs out loud. Oh, ah, you fit right in here. Yup. Oh, you find that funny, huh? Well, we'll see how you feel after meeting the Dread Lord. Ah, we're almost here. We're almost here. And you can see now that she's actually leading you up to the river Styx. Those of you with any knowledge of the Nine Hells would know of the river Styx. Kiva, you have no knowledge of the river Styx. Yeah. Dre's, you probably have a passing knowledge of the river Styx, but this is the first time you've seen anything like it before. This river is basically molten lava. And it is, yeah, it's actually very impressive if it wasn't quite so dangerous. Yeah, you're not going to want to get anywhere close to this, but you're going to get close. You guys, yep, you guys make your way up towards the river Styx, and you can actually see that there is a vessel sitting on the shore of this river. That is molten flowing lava, and Zariel looks at the rest of you and looks at the imp. Okay, they're here. They're in the boat. They're on the way. And she looks at the lot of you. Get in the boat. It looks like some type of metal. The boat is warm to the touch, but not scalding hot, not searing hot. It's basically the same temperature as the air outside. Anyone else getting on this boat? I'm gonna ask, how's Squirt dealing with all of this? Well, how do you feel right now? All right. All right. So, is everyone getting on the boat? I assume. No. Okay. As you all get on the boat, something strange happens. The walls of the boat shoot up about 10 feet on either side of you, and then slam together at the top, forming what looks like some sort of V. And as it slams closed, you feel a large shove from the back end of the boat, and you guys are moving down the river Styx in this now sealed boat. Um, heads up, this is going to be a bumpy ride. As you guys make your way down this river, it comes to a point where it drops. And I would like everyone who has never fallen more than 50 feet in their character's life to make me a constitution. I'm going to say check, not even saving throw. You tell me. You tell me. Yeah. At least that Kiva would remember. Yeah, I feel like Squirt's right at home in what's about to happen. Okay. That's fair. Alen? I could see that. Trying to escape from his studies. Yeah, that's yeah. Well, we'll find out. So you guys are making your way, and I'm just gonna have everyone who's decided that whether or not their character has or has not. If your character has not fallen at least 50 feet in their lifetime, go ahead and roll a Constitution check. Um, as you all reach the edge of part of this river Styx, where it drops to the ninth level of hell from the first, and and the it's a hell of a fall, and the six of you, uh, at first it feels really unsettling, and then as you guys pick up speed down this river, the lot of you start floating in the middle of this now sealed ship. Um, uh, Jen, make me a strength check. Roll. So everyone's rolling a con check or a strength check if they're trying to stay down. Check, check. All right. So those of you flying right now, you are all floating in midair as you are falling very very fast towards the ground, and Jin, you are able to hold yourself up for about 3 seconds before you as well begin floating, and it's about maybe 15 seconds later, which doesn't sound like a lot, but while falling is a lot. Um, Yep. And as you all, after about 15 seconds, there's a sudden slowdown, almost as if angle has changed, and you all, instead of falling flat, you all can feel yourself being shoved one way or another, moving again apparently with the river, and you can hear splattering of some liquid hitting the top of the boat as, or the quote unquote boat, as a lot of you are continued down the river Styx. Moments later, uh, there is a soft as the boat hits the shore of wherever you were intended to go. And the top of the boat opens and shifts down, and the lot of you see Asmodeus himself standing before you, and behind him, his massive castle or fortress, whatever you want to call it. His area, his yeah, we'll say fortress lair. That's a good one. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Is anyone else doing anything? It just walks off. You don't say anything to Asmodeus, who's standing right there in front of you. Yeah, So Alin is bowed right now to Asmodeus, and the rest of you are kind of like staring at him as the boat has uh, uh come ashore. Yeah, yeah, a bit. All right. Does anyone say or do anything? You certainly can. I Go ahead. Okay. Yeah, Dre's posse. All right. Yeah. Uh, so Squirt, what do you do or say? he he just kind of like smiles at you. So everyone that is around Asmodeus and Jen, even though you rolled in that one, none of you feel afraid. In fact, you all feel a little bit of awe standing around him, almost as if you, yep, almost as if you look up to him a little bit. You have zero desire that to attack or do anything hostile towards him. You feel somewhat calm, definitely in awe though. Um, so he looks at the lot of you. All right then. Well, welcome to my home. Uh, it's been a while since I've had visitors like this. Let's move somewhere a little more comfortable. And he snaps his fingers, and all six of you are in his fortress, in his lair, standing in front of his throne room. And you see Asmodeus, and just as a reminder of what Asmodeus looks like. Yes, very much so. Let me see if I can find. There's a really good image I like using. Yeah, there we go. This is my favorite image to use for him. That right. Yeah, that is what he looks like. His full formed. Uh, so yes, large sized creature. He looks around at a lot of you. That's better, isn't it? Welcome to my humble abode. It is again so nice to have visitors. I look forward to our little uh, indoctrination, hopefully. And he kind of looks over the lot of you. Uh, now, um, uh, okay. Oh God. Do you actually say that? Uh, he he uh he kind of like puts his fingers in between his eyes and rubs his nose for a moment, and he says, uh, "In a sense, yes, but no, no, I am not." um, so after he says that, and you say that, he kind of like goes back to what he was doing. Where were we? Yes, indoctrination. First, uh, Alin, step forward, please. I have someone who would like to say some things. And all of a sudden, a what looks like a small mangy dog that's been standing somewhat next to him since you got here makes a few steps forward, and uh-huh. It's very rough looking. It's missing half an ear. It looks like it has mange. It's missing a lot of hair. It seems to be missing a leg too. This dog looks rough AF. And you hear the familiar sound of Mephistopheles' voice. Um, Tell you, well, it seems, uh, I may have been in the wrong with asking you for the Book of Eternal Flame. And Asmodeus just kind of prods him along. And and I should know my place, and it will not happen again. And you see Asmodeus look down at the dog, and he snaps his fingers again, and Mephistopheles appears in front of you, um, like maybe 4 inches in front of you, Alin. Um, and Mephistopheles turns back to Asmodeus. Can I go now? Yes, yes, you may leave. We can have our discussion later. And he snaps Mephistopheles out of the building where you guys are at, and looks back at Alin. Now, Alin, I believe that there is uh, a deal that we had struck, and as much as I would like to capitulate to that deal, I believe that we can create a new, better deal. Uh, better for. Yep, yep, yep. And he kind of like puts his hand upside down, and the unless you hold on to it, the contract itself actually floats up out of the air towards him. Okay. Yeah, it floats up out of the air straight towards Asmodeus, and he grabs it with one hand and holds it so that it's long ways, like all the way down to the ground, and it just rolls up in his hand, and snaps into like a gold burst and disappears. Well, we'll keep parts of the contract, but there is. Let me grab my notes because I made sure to do this. There's really no need for you to bring me the Book of Eternal Flame anymore. I have had, as you may have noticed, my associate and I have had a bit of a dealings with, and he has learned, for now, what his place is in this realm. Uh, with that being said, since he does know generally the location, it does need to be moved. There's no real rush on this, but within the next year or two, I feel like this is a pretty fair bargain. In return, in return, I will release your soul if you can provide me with another one willing to take your place. And as that's happening, as you're thinking there, Len, he produces what looks like the same freaking contract, and it kind of like, yep, it's super long and floats back over to you. And as you kind of like look over it, it is different. It basically stipulating what he said. Um, and as you get to the end, it's actually only about 4 feet long. This one, the rest of the 10 feet is actually blank, and there's a whole bunch of wording on there that says intentionally left blank. It's a much shorter contract. Nothing to do with your family. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, basically. He gets a soul one way or another. Either it's your soul or someone else's soul who's willing to take your place. Absolutely not. And that's actually in the contract. As long as there is a willing person to assist you in releasing your soul, is the way that it is worded, then that is acceptable. Uh, he hands you a small gold coin with his emblem on it, and says, if you get another person to take this coin willingly, our bargain will be struck. Yes, please do add that to your inventory. As far as Oh, it gets better. Don't you worry. As all of that is going on, um, he one by one produces a contract that floats in front of each and every one of you. Uh, Dre's, your contract states, generally speaking, that he will actually give you Kelton's soul for your soul. And if you ask him or say anything about it, we'll get to that in a moment. Uh, Jin, your contract doesn't actually have a contract in it. It's basically a short worded piece of paper that says basically he. Actually, I take that back. Jin, you actually are the only one without a contract. Everyone else gets to that, and we'll get to you in a second because I'm sure you're going to have something to say. uh, okay. Okay. Um, Twitch, your contract is fairly straightforward. Basically, he is going to present you with an item that's going to increase your hit points, making you, in his words, quote unquote, near invincible. And and that is for the price of your soul. Kiva, your contract is a little more ambiguous. There are talks of uh, releasing your memories back to you, with the stipulation that he is not liable for uh, any like misdoings of what that memory release would might do to you. Um, did that sort of stuff. That it's very much like I can give you your memory. You're right. I can give you your memory, but I can't help anything about what's might happen if that comes back all of a sudden. Uh, um, Squirt, you actually get a contract as well. A very incredibly powerful item. So think like a legendary item plus 4 attack. Um, it's a incredibly powerful item. I don't have the name in front of me, but that is what he is offering, along with a position on the front lines of the battle for Hell. Should you die early, since he's going to have your soul, basically allowing you for permanent fighting. Think like Hell Valhalla for Squirt. um, there is, however, one extra contract that he holds on to. And as you all are looking over, he looks over to the lot of you. I do believe I am missing one other person. Where is the large Goliath that was with you? Ah, well, you say that, but I would like for you to hand him this contract anyway. I would like to know if we may have or may not have a deal this time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I offered him a deal before to save what was it to um okay. I yeah, I offered him a deal before to save his life for his soul, but let's just say that he was not amenable to my request. So,
I'm gonna ask because I'm assuming Jen's gonna say something here. No, this is he must sign the contract. That's all I require from each of you. In fact, if you note at the very bottom of your contracts, there is a very large, long black line. I would request that each of you sign those if you so choose to formally form this pact with me. As for you, good sir, and he looks directly at Jin. I apologize for not having a contract ready for you. However, your dealings with Timora prohibit me from making any sort of deal with you. Any sort of. He words it not deal. He words it as he can't make any sort of contract with you. Well, I say contract. We can still strike a deal. And you see a long smile brim across his face. He's gonna see that, Alen, and just kind of give you. He's gonna give you. Oh, okay. You're like trying to say something without actually doing anything, just like staring at them, just like, oh god, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Yeah, instant regret. Um, so after giving you all plenty of time to look over your contracts, does anyone he like looks over? So does anyone have any questions or concerns, or should I just take the signed contracts? Sorry. We'll start with Dre's. Say that again, Dre's. Yeah. Yes. What? Well, I may call on you from time to time to do some things, but outside of that, it shouldn't be anything. Yes, I've heard of Miracle. I have been instructed not to interfere with the other gods. And you see him kind of like look down at this ruby staff that he's been carrying this whole time, um, almost almost as if he's sighing looking at it after saying that he's been instructed that he's not allowed to interfere with the other gods. He gives you a very evil looking smile. And no, that does not. That means I cannot do anything. Out of game, I'm really proud of you for asking that. Because in game, Asmodeus is going to give you another kind of dark look. Well, that is kind of the downside of the contract. You do need a soul if you are going to acquire said immortality. But does he die if he's immortal? And then I do not get my soul. Just, you're right. Oh, I'm well. I planned for this. Yep, yep. No, no, no. That's yep. Dre's actually has to be. So you're so you are willing to take this deal if you are able to retain your soul enough to become a lich. Is that correct? I'm sure we can make an arrangement. And he whips out a pin from his hand like a magician would, and you see him start to write in the air, and it shows up in the contract as he's writing. He's full of tricks like that. The traveler. You deal with the traveler, and well, okay. Well, I was gonna say when you say that, and he asked that question, all of a sudden the contract rips out of your hand back to his. I apologize. I am not allowed to make deals with other beings who have made supplications to other deities. Go on. uh, that trollop. He thought he could get away from me, but he learned his place. And he snaps his fingers, and you see from your dream state vision Zandelver, but what he looked like in his uh, high elf form. He is not the lich that you dealt with in the dream state. He whips out a high elf in front of you, and who looks like he has been just battered and beaten. He's got whip marks on his back, about 2 to 3 inches deep, and bruises and cuts all over his body. And he just looks down at him. This is Zandelver. He thought he could negate the deal we had made. He is still working on learning his lesson. If you say so. And he looks back at Dre's. He's pretty certain that no one else is going to take this because no one else has actually asked any questions. But we're okay. Yeah, you're right. We'll get there in a second then. So he looks at you. So does that answer your question? I can't say anything as the DM. The one thing, right? The one thing that I'm anxious for, the one thing you haven't asked, just to be honest, um, I totally thought you'd want to see Kelton, not Zandelver. Okay, okay, gotcha. All right, so he whips out Zendelver and basically, shows you what happens if you break the contract. He still gets your soul, and he basically punishes you for the rest of eternity. So don't break the contract. Yes, you may. uh, it may. Yes, one moment. And he snaps his fingers. Zendelver disappears, and then he kind of like he he does something different with his hands this time. He kind of like whips his hands from top to bottom, curling it up into what looks like a fist. Smashes that fist into two open hands as if clapping, and then pulls his hands apart, and you see a golden what looks like doorway, and you can see a short, fat dwarf in a shining light area, uh, and you see this and you recognize it immediately as Kelton, um, because he looks exactly the same as your Kelton. And so, yeah, basically, he looks humaner or dwarvisher. uh, yeah, aliver. Um, so he opens up basically this viewing portal. Is what you're seeing. Apparently, the soul is not in hell, but he does have access to give the soul in some fashion. Apparently, the, the dwarf just like looks left and right. Just uh, yeah, I can hear you. Smarmy. There's a long pause, and it looks like he is very much thinking. I could go back, I guess. Eh, it's either or. Yep, you make decisions. Uh, you hear him. I hate the undead. Blasphemy. I'm sorry, you do what now? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this is happening in front of all of you. um, uh, well, that certainly would be something, wouldn't it? Friend, I didn't really have much of those in life last time. Oh, I know. but I'm making sure that you are saying it and I'm not saying it. Uh huh. I'm well aware. Yeah, probably. And when you say working around you, do you mean working for you? Hold the stone anvil. You're gonna tell me that you're gonna return me to life, and then I'm free to go on my own way. Is that what you're saying? Just say it. Yeah, just say it. Well, let me tell you about that. And Asmodeus slaps his hands together. Well, it seems that you have met Kelton, or Schmarmy. Schmarmy. Uh, what say you? Oh, that is unfortunate. Ah, that'll teach me for showing you things. What about you, sir? What about? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does. Oh, yeah, he does actually say that. And he looks over at Jen. What about you? Well, we. So you're interested in a deal then? Well, I might be able to do something about the state your sister's in, but. And he kind of like rubs his hands together. There's obviously got to be something in it for me. What would you give me? I am not at liberty to discuss that. Like I said, I didn't expect you to agree to anything to begin with. Well, let's just say that her current state could be improved. Yeah, we're still here. I'm waiting on Jen's thinking. Yep. Well, do, do we have a deal? All right then. Very well. What about you, Elf? What do you think? And he looks a little more discouraged as each one of you is saying no. I can't hear you, Twitch, if you're speaking. You're muted. Okay, we'll come back to Twitch in a moment. I don't know what's going on with Twitch. Uh, he looks over at Squirt. What about you, little gnome? What about you? You've been awfully quiet. I'm sure the contract is long and difficult to read in your height, but there are some good things in there. Yes, well, there are powerful items all over the realms. I have no doubt that possessing such a powerful item would indeed assist you in whatever your plans are next. Well, if that's the case, I could just remove the powerful item, and you could just absolutely take as much time as you would like to think about it. Speaking of, uh, well, it's possible that you might not be able to. Let's say yes. Let's say yes. And he pulls something out of his back pocket. It's not so much a coin as it is a small little like stone-like bauble. Um, very gray, very discolored, and a small like think marble. And he holds his hand out with his fingers facing down, holding it. Hold on to this. Whenever you want to contact me again about our deal specifically, use this. And 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 he drops it and looks directly at you and says, "This is for our deal only, nothing else." And then looks back at Kiva. How about you? He actually he actually doesn't say that. He speaks it into your head. Uh-huh. Yep. That's what I was hoping for. Oh, every single last one from the time you were what, 10? It looks like. Yes. Oh, well, obviously all of the memories that you would naturally remember. Right, right. He's not like returning all of your right. Now I will be very clear. There is maybe I won't be very clear. There is something else inside of you, and I am not entirely sure how it will react when you recover your memories. Ergo, the line, paragraph, subsection 6, section A, the issue with returning memories is not my, um, yeah, it's not his problem if it causes bad things if you get your memory back. I'm I'm sure you're aware by now. Yes. This should be news to everyone else in the party. Except for maybe yeah. Yep. Yep. Well, would you like to also carry your contract with you? All I need for you is a signature. Well, I'll leave it for you to think about for a while. There's no real rush on this. You have all of your life to think on it, however long that may be. So for clarity's sake, out of game, Jin, the reason you can't deal with make a contract with Asmodeus is because yes, you had dealings with Timora directly. The wish spell has locked you out of making a contract with Asmodeus. Um, as for Dre's, you said you have a proposition. At this point, at this point, it's yeah. At this point, no one else apparently has been saying anything. Those two have just been staring at each other for the last like 3 or 4 minutes without saying a single word. Uh huh. Asmodeus snaps his finger and a pen just appears in your hand. Not a problem. Yeah. Yep. I figured. Okay. We'll do Dre's. You said you have a proposition. We'll start with you first, and then we'll do uh, Jin and then Alen. He whips around from looking at Kiva. Yes, what is your proposition? Not at all being subtle. Quietly. Oh, that should not be a problem. And he claps his hands together, and the two of you are immediately teleported to another place outside of purview of all of your comrades. They are no longer around. To everyone else, Asmodeus and Dre's, well, Dre's actually only just disappeared. Asmodeus is still standing in front of you, but he looks. Yep, yep. But he looks a little distracted, but he seems to be cognizant of where he's at. Um, he, Dre's is talking privately with me. Uh, all right, go ahead, Dre's. Oh, I sure am. Oh, oh, quite. Go on. You see this smile come across his face. Um, Momentarily, he smiles and chuckles to himself almost. ah, if only it were that easy. You see, I can punish his soul, but I cannot force him to tell you the truth. That, I believe you can. No, no, he does not. It is an interesting proposition. You see, actually, Asmodeus is actually contemplating this proposition. So, as far as what I get out of it, ultimatum, ultimatum, uh, compromise. Yeah, there we go. Tim, Tim said that. Uh, um, well, if your soul is not on the table, perhaps you can do me a future favor. One of my choosing at the time that I request. You can try. Oh, no, of course not. This would not have any effect on your health. Your health. That will be. I cannot say. It may or may not. It depends on what the favor is at the time of my asking. Excellent. I'm glad to hear that. You hold on to this for me, won't you? And he hands out a small gold coin, very similar to what he gave Lynn, uh, with his emblem on it. Hold on to this, and when the time is right, I will tell you what to do. Ah, you are you are a quick one, aren't you? Ah, well, Zandelver, speak his name into the coin, and he will speak with you. You have my word. My word is my bond. Uh, you would, yeah, yeah. No, but he is incapable of breaking contracts that he has signed. Not necessarily deals, but definitely contracts. Yep. That's why there's a stipulation of never make a deal with the devil. You make a contract so you know what you're getting into. Out of game. In game, Dre's does not know that. Dre's very much uh, may or may not take this at face value. It all depends on how Dre's how you see Dre's taking this. Uh, yeah, this is a choice you're just gonna have to make, Dre's. Take the coin. You just take the coin. All right. And the two of you are teleported back, and everyone sees Dre's holding this coin. Oh yeah, for sure. Okay. Oh, hang on. Yeah, Jen. Hang on. Wait. Hang on. Yeah, Jen was gonna go first. Yeah. Uh huh. That is between you and her. I do not have any say in general. In general, it means that she determines where you go, and she is quite fickle. Are you asking about ties to Timora as well? Okay. So he's going to say two things. The first is that your sister is in good health. The second is that she is also bound by that same uh, deal that was struck. The wish. Yeah. He doesn't actually flat out say the wish. He just says it as a deal that was struck because it was an actual deal that was struck. All right. All right, Alin. Ah, yes, yes, little Edgar. Yes. Well, one second. Let me call him for you. And you see him like wave his finger kind of in a circle, and a small, maybe 4 foot wide portal opens, and moments later, Edgar flaps in, and he closes the portal back behind him. And Edgar flies over to you and just kind of flutters towards you. This little imp, correct? Oh, he basically opens a portal and Edgar flies in. Yeah, it's Edgar as you remember. Ball. Yes, very well. All right. He kind of looks over the lot of you. So, uh, Dre's, it is. You will hold on to the contract for Einar. Yes. All right. All right. So he's gonna look back at the three that have yet to answer his question, or the two, sorry, that have yet to answer his question. Comes back to Twitch, and says, "As far as our contract is concerned, it's quite simple, quite standard. I provide you an item that makes you near invincible, and you provide me your soul. Well, who's to say what the future will bring? And he gives you just this evil smile. I will do no such thing. All right. And finally, he looks back at Squirt. And what about you, little one? Have you decided whether or not, or are you still thinking? As in, you're not going to do the deal? Oh, that is quite unfortunate. We could really use you on the front lines. Very well. And he closes his hand, and as he closes his hand, your scroll pops into his, and then poofs into little gold sparkles that explode out from his hands. Yep. All right. I believe that concludes our business here for now. Uh, you are free to leave. Take your leave out of the door to the right, and you will find yourself exactly where you need to be. I guess you'll find out when you walk through. All right. Is anyone else following Alen? All right. You. Yeah, go ahead, Trace. Do not call me that name. We are not that close. All right. Anyone else saying or doing anything before you walk out? I love that. Yeah. So you all, as you make your way out, walk through the doorway to the right that he pointed to. It's a very tall, ornate doorway, very dark, and as you enter in, um, you one by one you enter in, and the person in front of you goes into what looks like blackness. As each one of you enter, you fall straight down into what you can only assume is a portal. Very, very similar to what it felt like to leave uh, your house. And as each one of you walk through, moments later, after your body shrinks and contorts and twists and forms back into itself, you find each one of you, one by one, in your house, exactly where you left, in the basement. I need for everyone to make me a Constitution saving throw. Uh, I'm gonna let's. I actually I would. I'm gonna have you do it this way. I need for everyone. It's hang on, wait. All right, so everyone, sorry, not a Constitution saving throw. I need for everyone to make me an intelligence saving throw. Right? Roll an intelligence saving throw. Each yeah, each one of you who rolled. So I guess just wow. So just Jin, Squirt, and Twitch, the three of you, as you enter back into your house, are overcome with a wave of fear. Everything that you should have felt in front of Asmodeus that you didn't is now just colliding everywhere in your body. You feel just absolutely a huge shudder of fear throughout. You what? What did she say? Oh my god. No, you're not going to be able to hide this. This is an overwhelming fear, like panic attack sort of fear. So as Jen starts to step away, how does Jen panic? What visually does Jen do? Because Jen is visually panicking right now. Like a state of shock. Yeah. Okay. Twitch collapses. So, Squirt, as you all make your way into your home, Squirt is kind of shaking a bit, quite a bit, and pees herself. Uh, Twitch runs to a corner and balls up in a corner, and Jin just uh, deadpan stares at the far wall and starts like shakily trying to walk out of the basement. Okay. Alright. Okay. Draze, you're the only one left. What are you doing? Oh my god. All right. I love I love this party. Like half of the party is has lost their mind in fear and the other half is just like, "All right, that was fun. Bye guys." Right, right. But no one went to help your companions, though. That's what I was pointing out. So yeah, if no one is doing that, then the yeah, the three of you are going to experience this fear for the next 2 hours. Yep. Yep. All right. So Dre's, so Dre's, if you're reading your book, you'll get 2 hours because I think that's what you said you were gonna do. Um. Okay. Uh. Actually, if you've all stepped outside, it looks like it's only been about 3 hours. It's about it's about 11 a.m. Yes.
Oh, that would have been, oh shoot, roughly 6:30, we'll say, p.m. That's fine. That's fine. Yep. So we'll say that you guys spend the next 2 hours doing your thing, either balling up in a corner, peeing yourself in fear, or drinking yourself into a stupor, and everyone else is doing their thing. And we'll just, for simplicity's sake, say you guys are able to coalesce back together at some point back in your house, unless anyone's doing anything else specifically. Yeah, Kelton's still working. He's diligently still working. Okay. You do, however, oh, excuse me, not see Galileo in the tower. Okay. Yeah, did you end up giving that back to him? Roll me an intelligence check. Yeah, just a straight intelligence. I want to see if, oh, you do remember some of it. Yeah, so you remember a few of the symbols that were in that book because you spent not a whole lot of time going through it. A few of the things stand out to you, and you do find a few things in the House of Thalavar that look similar to those markings that you remember, but nothing really stands out to you. You don't really understand it. So, to answer your question, yes, you do find some things. Right, nothing coherent. Okay. Oh, sorry. So you have the spell in a spell book. Okay. 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 So yeah, you'll have to spend time copying it into your book. So time and money. Oh, okay, okay. Um, oh, okay. So yeah, we can just say that you're thinking about it a lot, and then tomorrow when you long rest, you can switch your spells around, right? Right? I think that's how that works. It's known and in your spell book. Oh, that's what you're trying to. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, yeah, we talked about that. Okay, so yeah, you can absolutely spend time studying the book, and uh, I'm gonna go ahead and make you roll a um, make me a intelligence check with disadvantage. Yeah, you're fine. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. So that's yep. You spend time contemplating on how to make that work, and you
You don't discern anything new. Um, Kiva, I know you spent time in the tree. Uh, what else are you doing? Yeah. Oh, okay. So everyone except for Kiva returns from whatever they're doing and meets in the common room of your main floor of your house. Uh huh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes. So you made it back at about 9 a.m. Basically about an hour after you left. And yeah, and so you made it back. Spent 2 hours panicking in a corner. At which time you started to feel better, went upstairs and started seeing people, everyone else from your party. Yeah, I was trying to speed things along since we're getting close to time. Kiva's the only one not with you. Yeah, but Alen wouldn't actually know that. In fact, she actually didn't say where she was going. She just left the house, and no one saw her since. Uh huh. I love Squirt. Yeah, Jen. Actually, I need you to roll me a con save since you have been drinking. Yep. Yep. Yeah. So you all notice as Jen kind of like gets up, Jen's a little staggery, and you realize that the entire bottle of alcohol that he had is empty. Mark, one of those bottles gone. You just drank yourself into a stupor. Yeah, everyone's there except for Kiva, and Lynn's pointing out, what a bad decision looks like. You guys saying or do anything else? Correct. This is the same one. Okay. All right. So unfortunately, we have to end it here. So we'll stop here for the night. Sorry. Yeah, it was definitely interesting. I was really hoping I could get that to go through faster, but I think that played out well. Good. Glad to hear that. Uh, yep. So at this point, as I like to keep in tradition with leaving everything on a cliffhanger, um, Kiva, Kiva, as you are casting your plant growth out in the woods, every time you begin, hang on, every time you begin to cast your plant growth, there's a small voice in the back of your mind. You don't recognize this as a different language, but every time you begin casting the spell and concentrating on it, you just hear in your mind, "You're gonna fail. You can never. You'll never complete this spell. You will need my help in order to cast anything." I just kind of like that sort of stuff over and over, just absolutely breaking your concentration on trying to cast these spells. And that's where we're gonna end it. Yep. uh, DM throws a big old heart your way. I'm really hoping. Well, nope. It